Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, continuing with the sunny conditions this morning with temperatures rising into the mid 60s, and we're starting to see that slightly breezy southerly wind picking up. We will see that slightly breezy wind to breezy wind continuing as we move through the day today, but overall should see pretty quiet and nice weather with the exception of a good chance of seeing a wind advisory as we get into the afternoon and those peak gusts get a bit stronger up towards the 25 knot threshold. And we'll see a boundary moving into the area later on this evening. It's going to bring a chance of a few showers and a very slight chance of maybe an isolated thunderstorm with that activity. Taking a look at the current surface analysis, we can see an area of low pressure over the Great Lakes moving eastward with that trailing boundary. It's going to be dropping into our local region, bringing that shower chance this evening. And we'll see that area of low pressure likely lingering off the northeast coast as we move through the next couple of days. Going to keep things slightly breezy as we move through the remainder of the work week. Looking at the current visible satellite and composite radar here, we can see not tracking any issues locally here. Looking still mostly sunny overall, but we'll see this activity off to the northwest moving towards our area, increasing the clouds initially and eventually again those showers pushing through. Look at the high resolution model for what we can expect. As mentioned, we'll see dry conditions with breezy gusts out of the south as we go through the afternoon hours. Again, a good chance of seeing a wind advisory during the afternoon. We'll see winds settle down as the shower activity approaches the area. It looks like we'll see our best chance of showers after we pass the midnight time frame with this initial line of showers coming through. You can see some pockets with this particular model of some heavier showers possible. So good decent shower pushing through, and then possibly a second lighter boundary or line of showers approaching after that, keeping some slight rain chances around as we get into the start of the workday for our Thursday. But we should see that clearing out early morning Thursday and continue to see mostly cloudy to maybe a few periods of partly cloudy conditions as we move through the day Thursday, and not quite as strong of winds as what we'll see today, but still on the slightly breezy side and cooler temperatures moving through. As we zoom out, look at the European model here, we'll see that broad area of low pressure continuing to linger off the northeast coast and slowly pulling away as we move through the day Friday, but enough to keep some slightly breezy conditions at least through the first half of the day on Friday. And we'll see a mix of partly to mostly cloudy conditions once again, and temperatures still sitting in the 60s, but a couple degrees warmer than what we'll see Thursday. And as we move into the weekend, we will start to see those temperatures really increasing, with Saturday temperatures getting back into the 80s and becoming quite warm, but things looking mainly dry. And as we move into Sunday, even warmer with temperatures in the mid, possibly the upper 80s. The way things are looking at this time, we'll start to get into those kinds of conditions where we might have an afternoon pop-up shower pushing through the area on Sunday, and that will be a possibility on Monday as well, but doesn't look like a very high possibility at this time. But nonetheless, we'll keep that very slight chance of a shower popping up during those 2 days with those warmer conditions moving into the area. We'll stay warm as we move into next week with those temperatures continuing in the 80s as well. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, main risk through our working hours today will be these elevated winds. So starting off with a yellow risk this morning with expected wind gusts up around 23 knots late morning, and as we get into the afternoon, we'll see winds southeasterly, sustained 10 to 15 to 13 to 18 knots, and those peak gusts reaching up to around 27 knots. So do have a good chance of seeing that wind advisory. So that's indicated by that orange risk for winds about 25 knots there. That continues into the late afternoon, and we'll see those winds weakening some as we go into the evening with those clouds on the increase. We'll see our high temperature of 71 degrees today, so quite nice. And as that boundary pushes through, we'll see some cooler temperatures, and we start to introduce that risk for precip with some shower activity moving through the area. So an orange risk between 0 and 4 local, and slightly lower risk with that lighter second line of showers possible through the hours of 4 and 8 local. Did introduce a yellow risk for lightning between that 0 and 4 local time frame. That's up from what we briefed earlier this morning, with about a slight chance of seeing some lightning with some of those more heavier showers pushing through the area. And again, we'll see some reduced ceilings and visibility is possible with that as well, so do have that yellow risk for that as well. Tides are running normal. As we look at the next several days, again, as mentioned, Thursday we'll continue to see slightly breezy conditions with a slight chance of seeing a wind advisory at times through the day. We'll start off with that slight chance of some lingering light rain around the area, but that should end by mid-morning, and then still staying mostly cloudy overall with some periods of partly cloudiness, highs in the mid-60s, mid to upper 60s for Friday with continued mostly to partly cloudy conditions and slightly breezy continuing as well. So moving to Saturday and Sunday, as mentioned, we'll see those temperatures climbing into the 80s. High of 80 for Saturday, and high of 86 for Sunday. Overall, mainly dry conditions, minimal chance of a rain shower during the afternoon, early evening Sunday. Similar for Monday as well, as we continue with those warm temperatures in the low to mid 80s, and that continues into Tuesday as well. So a very summertime-like feel out there as we move into our work week next week. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.